what's going on? It's Nazim here from Zilladelphia, and today I'm just going to be giving a quick overview of how we build our websites from scratch. So, if you were thinking about starting web design or if you have your own website, maybe you can learn a few things from this video. So, without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into it. So, this is a quick infographic I made of our design process. I like to keep things really simple and make them short and clear so that everyone is on the same page. So, our first step is to pick your canvas. Now, your canvas is basically the place where your website will be created, it's where you'll be hosting, maintaining, and updating the site. So, I have over here just a picture of a canvas. Next, step two is your paintbrush. This is the main thing that you'll be using to customize and design your website. So, this is how you'll be adding paint onto your canvas. So, moving on to step three, that's basically your site skeleton. So, you can't just jump in and build a site. You have to have a site map. Your site needs purpose. So, this is something that you can discuss with. So, if you're building a website for someone, this is really important that the site skeleton lines up with what they're trying to build a website for. So yeah, the site skeleton is basically how the website is structured, how many pages you'll need, links, etc. So then moving on to step four, after we have our site skeleton built, we then want to add flesh onto our website. So that's the flesh adding phase. This is probably the most fun part of the entire process because this is where we really get to bring the website to life. And that's basically adding content onto the site, whether that's images, web copy, making sure that everything aligns correctly, and making sure that everything is responsive on desktop as well as mobile. So then just moving on to the last step, which is delivery. This is final testing. So making sure everything works. So yeah, this is just a quick overview. It's obviously more in depth than this, but so now what I'm going to do is show you how I go about executing each of these steps. So let's start with number one, your canvas. Alrighty, so my personal canvas of choice is SiteGround. So what I'll be doing for this video and like on demonstration purposes, I'll just be creating a temp domain. So it's my name. So for like all future videos, I'll be using this domain for testing purposes. So let's just continue. So now it's asking me if I want to start a new website or migrate a website. I'm just going to start a new website. And again, our canvas is WordPress as well as SiteGround. So we're going to be building on WordPress and we're hosting on SiteGround. So that's it. So oh, look how it just shows everything. Uh, just make it example. So there I just set up a login for WordPress. And I'm going to skip all this because I don't need it. Finish. Okay, so now the site is being created. It takes up to 2 minutes. And just like that, you'll have your canvas. And then we can move on to selecting the right paintbrush. Alrighty. So now that our website is ready, we can log into the admin panel. Okay, so this is our canvas. We have a blank canvas. Now let's move on to our paintbrush. So my go-to is a site building tool called Elementor, and that's what I'll be recommending and using for this tutorial. So this is it right here, Elementor, the website builder. So I'm just going to click install. So now we're armed with a paintbrush, and we also have a canvas. So that's step two out of five. So just like that, like you already have a website up and running. So now you have to work on the site skeleton. But before I delve into the site skeleton, I'm going to upgrade to the pro version for Elementor, as I want the best paintbrush possible, the one that'll offer me the most flexibility so that I can come up with the best design. So yeah, so for me personally, I have upgraded to Elementor Pro, but if you don't have it, that's fine. You don't need it, but if you want like better websites, I would definitely uh, recommend it. So yeah, skip. So I just connected my account to it, and it's saying upgrade now. Mm, Okay, so I'm actually going to pause. I just wanted to show you the prices. This is the plan that I use right here. I'm probably going to upgrade to this one pretty soon, but yeah. So I'll pause when we get into the site skeleton. All right, so here I have uploaded the pro version of like Elementor, and all that does is just gives me more flexibility when designing the site. So now we're going to focus on the site mapping phase. So that's step three. So normally, people just have the basic, home page. And so something that we have to do is, because we're using Elementor, we have to account for that and change our template to that. So we're just going to create a page called home. Yeah, so just publish that. Okay, so the home page is live. We're going back. We're going to add another page about us. Contact. And then let's do services. So this is like a basic website skeleton. If I were working with a specific client who needed like a specific page, that's when, like sitemap planning comes into play. But most websites, you'll see they'll just have the generic home, about, contact, service, and maybe blog. So I'm going to trash this sample page, and I'm going to trash this private policy page. You don't need these pages. I mean, they're probably like necessary if you run like a huge like corporation, but for example purposes, one, two, three, these four pages will do. So something else that's important too is our menu. We'll save that for another video, but let's see. where are the? Okay, I'm looking for the menu. Okay. Okay. One thing that's important. So one thing too, um, I'm gonna add my go-to theme to help me build my menu. Generator press. What the fuck? Where is it? There it is. This is the one. Generate press. So install and then activate that. Okay, so now I got my menus. I was looking for the menu, but it wasn't there. Okay, so now that's how you get the menus up. Now, okay, so the home page, home, about, contact. Okay, so we don't need this. It says custom link, so I'm gonna get that out of here. And so we wanted the home page, then about, then contact and service. And we're gonna name this primary menu. I'm gonna save that, create it. So now saving that. Boom. Okay, so now we have our site skeleton. We have a website up. So look, I'll show you. Visit site. It's nothing found because it has no flesh. There's no flesh. It's a bare bones skeleton. So let's just go back to our graphics. So you just witnessed it's been less than 12 minutes. Well, it's been 12 minutes, but we selected our canvas, we selected our paintbrush, and now we've built our site skeleton. So now it's time for adding flesh. This is probably the most time consuming, intricate part of the entire process, but we with our paintbrush we have Elementor Pro, so adding flesh is not that bad. That coupled with the amount of experience I have with the tool, it's not that bad. But if you're starting out, it can be so like there's a learning curve, and I'm not going to go on a huge rant, but basically we're here on step 4. So just to show you, we have a home page. There's nothing on there. We we have an about page. There's nothing on there. We have a contact page. There's nothing on here. And next we have a service page. There's nothing on there. So now for the flesh portion, I'm going to show you how I go about adding flesh to get a start out for where I want to go from as far as design. So you're about to witness the tool known as Elementor. That's the paintbrush that I'm using to paint on my canvas. So let's get right into that. Alrighty, so first we're going to start with our home page. We click edit and then we click edit with Elementor. This is our paintbrush. So now cross all this out. So boom, okay, this is it. This is Elementor. This saves me so much time. It's so fun to use. So this is the basic, the basic widgets, and then these are the pro widgets. I could start an entire series of like all these and what they do, but so like we also have site and whatever. But okay, this is the cool part about Elementor Pro. So we're focused on our homepage, right? You can use templates. So I have an entire swipe file of useful templates that I've used for my like over the course of my design experience. So Elementor comes with plenty, but you learn to build your own custom ones based off of like what you see most common that like people need, etc. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look up a home page template. Okay. Now here's a basic one, home page. Boom. So all we're doing is adding flesh. So this is where design and like project purpose comes in. So right here, this is just like a templated page, but you would have to modify this to fit the needs of your customer. So like if you wanted this, red or blue, or if you wanted this on the left or right side of the screen, that's where being a good designer comes into play. So I'm just gonna upload a random file. I'm trying to think. Let's let's do this one. So yeah, so that's basically the power of like Elementor. I'm not gonna get really like granular into this and fill in all the things because that's gonna take like 1 plus 2 hours. That's like something. That's like a process in itself. That's what I call the lock-in phase. That's when I just go like pedal to the metal. So I'll take information about a company or a brand. I'll extrapolate that information and I'll put it into one of these templates, or I'll change the template based off of what what kind of brand it is. But enough chatter. I'm about to add flesh to the rest of these pages, and we'll just go back and take a look. Alrighty, so I've gone ahead and added flesh to each of these pages. One quick note too that I want to point out is if you're using WordPress, something that you may be wondering how to do is how to make your home page like the primary landing page. So all you do is you click on settings and then you click on reading, and then it's going to say your home page displays. So you click static page and you just click home, and then you save that change. Boom. So then that makes it so that once we visit the site, our home page would be the front page. Wait, actually, let's go back. Okay, save changes. Okay, so I have this. I didn't click save changes, so I didn't save that. So then now you see it says front page. Okay, so now if we click visit website, boom. Okay, so this is the home page. Button. We could link this over to the contact page. So that's where like site mapping is important. This would be a link to the about us page. And then our service, this would be a link to our services, like learn more. This is our footer. So yeah, this is just a basic like bare bone skeleton template still. I wouldn't even consider this flesh. This is just page structuring. But once I go in and add like images and like content for like each section of the page, that's when, I would consider step 4 out of 5 complete. But yeah, that's just a simple breeze through of how we get the websites up and running in like less than an hour, really. This video is like been like not even 20 minutes long, so this is really useful. So yeah, so I would either go through and extract all this information in an onboarding form for a customer, and then so I would be armed with the knowledge to be able to go through and fill out all this blank information. So yeah, that's basically steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's like a 1,000 foot overview. The most time consuming part throughout the entire process is step 4. This is where you have to be really particular with your designing and whatnot. I'll show you an example of what I would consider a finished step 4. So I'll show you my website right now. So if you go to so this is my personal website where I advertise web design services. And then I have buttons that lead people to, my contact page, or they could book a meeting with me directly. And I have links to all my social media, who we are, services, etc., etc. So this is what like a fully, fleshed out website looks like. It has everything that represents your brand slash company, what you do, etc. And yeah, all that just takes a lot of attention to detail. And what's really important is that you design with purpose, and that each page is aimed to get a visitor to perform a specific action. So that again loops back into site mapping, like building the skeleton. But yeah, what I'm pretty much doing now is moving over to step 5, which is the final delivery. And that's basically you going through the entire site, clicking all the links, making sure everything leads to everything, making sure that it looks good on mobile as well as desktop. So uh, that's your final stage of testing, so that's right before you deliver it to the customer, or if you're a personal brand, you have to view what it looks like from a customer standpoint before you go and say, okay, I'm ready to advertise my services. Like, so this is the mobile view of the website. This probably takes twice as long as, so like adding Flesh to the mobile and desktop. The way that I like to go about doing it, I like to design the desktop version of the website first, and then I'll go ahead and fix the mobile version, because the screens are different size. The website would just look different. So you have to start from the bottom and then like design down. So yeah, start from the top, which is like desktop, and then you narrow it down onto mobile. And yeah, that's basically the process. Um, Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, be sure to leave a like. I'll leave a link to all of the tools and everything that I use as well, so that if you want to design your own website or get started, you can go ahead. But yeah, thanks for watching. Nazim here. Have a good one. Mm.